Welcome to my studio. Today I'm just doing a bit of planning for a project, and usually when I'm working in the studio I'm doing tests, or I'm doing experiments, or I'm doing drawings, or figuring things out, thinking about things, and then when I'm actually producing the work, I'll usually use one of the workshop spaces, or I'll make work outside. Usually I need a bit of a bigger, messier space. But the studio today, I'll just be thinking and planning. So today I'm working on a reconfiguration of a piece called Restore that I made for a show in DCA in 2017. And the Restore is a cobbled floor made of individual casts of Tupperware or food packaging, and I cast them in cement and concrete, so you have different sort of tones of grey, and they're all different shapes depending on the size of the food packaging. And then the audience is invited to walk onto the floor, and sometimes the cobbles break underfoot, and the floor is a bit uneven, so it sort of draws the viewer's attention to their feet and to the unsteadiness of the surface beneath them. And the reason why I cast Tupperware, I guess first I was just experimenting in the studio with different shapes, and I just really like this rounded edge rectangle. For me it reminds me of lots of different things. It's a brick, it's a kind of fundamental shape. It's also the shape of a phone or a laptop or a tablet, and when you see lots of them together, like on the floor piece, I think of them as sort of keys on a computer keypad, or pixels, as well as obviously cobbles, and I like the variety of associations that brings to mind, and the fact that maybe in a contemporary society technology is more of a sort of fundamental part of our environment, as opposed to the brick or the cobblestone that would once have been. So yeah, and also I'm interested in all the different food packaging. I've got more interested in it as I've made the work, thinking about what that means to make something permanent out of something that's usually throwaway, consumer tendencies, takeaway food, obviously the climate crisis, our use of single-use plastic, and I suppose I find it interesting that the things that I've made out of concrete are probably going to... there's a bit of a paradox there about making something permanent out of something that you're meant to throw away, but also these will probably last much less time. In fact, they don't always even last the duration of the exhibition, whereas the plastic materials will probably be on the planet for thousands of years. So there's kind of, that's an interest for me, and as well as just, I suppose, thinking about, the more I've got interested in the different designs on packaging, for example, like meat and mushrooms, and I've started to recognise all the different patterns and surfaces, and in a way that's been my way in to feel connected to the food chain or to the industry, but generally speaking we're very detached from that, and it's not something we give a lot of thought to. So I suppose, as artists, we're just always trying to draw attention to different things. So that's one aspect of the piece. So I've done it in several galleries, and I've also done it in a street in the Czech Republic for a festival recently, and now I'm just trying to reconfigure it along with a rubber floor piece that I made recently. So I'm just sort of overlapping the two, and I suppose just carrying on the threads of one piece into the next is quite interesting.